We're no fans of the Catholics, religious zealots, or the things that Pope Leo talks about in terms of abortion and gay marriage. But I do like the fact that he hates J.D. Vance and he thinks MAGA is cruel. And now he has taken like a huge step in bigfooting Trump. He has planned, put it up, Kylie. The Pope is trying to embarrass Trump. Pope Leo will be celebrating a mass in Chicago on the same day as Trump's birthday military parade. The Chicago crowd is estimated to top 1 million people, far larger than the expectations for the parade. My thing about this is no one is more concerned and worried and emasculated by crowd size than Donald Trump. And the Pope, just by design with the number of Catholics, is going to draw more people. He's the first American Pope. He's going to the Chicago White Sox Stadium. Like, this is going to make Trump fucking crazy. And so for that, I like this move.
Yeah, and nobody is more of a suck up to the Catholic Church and to the Pope than J.D. Vance.
Right.
And so that puts him in a real pickle. Does he go to the Pope's show or does he go to Donald Trump's birthday party? And so we'll see what smoky eye sociopath J.D. Vance decides to do with his performative Catholicism. Despite, what amazes me about J.D. Vance is despite seeing all of the tweets that Pope Leo said about him,
right,
he couldn't march over there quick enough to go see him after he was, I forget what they call it, not necessarily elected, appointed or whatever, to be the new Pope.
What's interesting about J.D. Vance is he's the biggest flip-flopper. He goes from Trump is America's Hitler to being Trump's vice president. He's pro-immigration, now he hates immigrants. He was Hindi, now he's Catholic.
Hasn't that every MAGA man? Hasn't every MAGA man been completely emasculated by Donald Trump? Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, J.D. Vance, even that Scott Jennings over on CNN. At one point, all of them had crystal clear clarity. This man is a nut. He is a psycho. He is a freak. He's not that bright. He's America's Hitler, and on and on. And then they all do a 180-degree turn. And there is nothing more emasculating that I have ever viewed in men than a man without a spine. Right. A man without conviction. People who say one thing and then do another. That is the most weak, emasculating thing on the planet. And in Trump's America, you see it on full display. You see the people who have integrity, like Scott Pelley, who people with integrity are rising. People with conviction are rising. And then you see the cowards and the people with no conviction. And you see them, look at me and going crazy like Trump does. But it's just so obvious, and it just pisses me off that there isn't more of a coordinated takedown of what complete hysterical basket cases and schizophrenic nut jobs these male MAGA Trump supporters are. I just think they are the most pathetic men I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely, as is Trump, but yet they run around saying how masculine and alpha male they are. It's so gross. Speaking of gross and crazy, I came across this about Nancy Mace, and here she is. Scoop, Nancy Mace's former staff tell me they were assigned to create burner accounts to bolster their boss online. We were congressional staff, and there were actual things we could be doing to help the constituents. Okay, none of this surprises me that people are going around, lifting themselves up and creating fake accounts. But what surprises me a little bit about this whole thing, it's the infighting of MAGA. Like, you work for her, you obviously believe in her ideals, but she's so fucking nuts that you then go out and you turn around and you badmouth her online. Like, even people that believe in the message, she's so crazy, they can't keep it quiet.
This is at the epicenter of Trump 1.0 and Trump 2.0. They've always leaked like a sieve. I mean, this is, they've always done this because none of these people have conviction. Right. I mean, they have this faltering worldview, and it's like, oh, Nancy Mace is popular. She got 1 million views. But also, the entire MAGA movement is built on being propped up by bots and fake accounts, starting with Russia and all the troll farms overseas. And then, there is a smoke and mirrors aspect to this because the MAGA people that are engaged online are so just hysterical and so triggered, they just go on, and they're just completely addicted to Twitter like Elon Musk. For progressives and liberals, they're not as hysterical online. They're not the triggered ones. These people are triggered all the time. Plus, they have other countries that help promote them. So it surprises me zero that anybody in the MAGA movement has zero conviction and that they would turn on Nancy Mace like that. I mean, we're just talking about J.D. Vance and all these others flipping on Trump. I mean, and guess what'll happen if Trump if he's exposed for something really bad that they can't defend anymore? Hide and watch. Marco Rubio will say something like this. He'll say, I never really supported him, but I felt like if I was at the State Department, I could keep the United States relationships somehow together. He'll try to make himself a hero. Hide and watch. That's what they'll do. Cory Booker, how he voted for Jared Kushner's dad, he'll say, look, I had a little conversation with him about, we know Trump is crazy, but maybe you can keep everything cool with France. That's what they're all going to say. That's what they're all going to do. These people have no conviction. They don't stand by anything, and they never have.
Right. Hysteria is the perfect word. Absolutely the perfect word. And then this came across my feed, and I wanted to bring it up. Here we go. Oh my, Musk seduced his wife, not just for a job, I bet. Musk takes Stephen Miller's wife from the White House, and she is now going to work for Elon Musk. Okay, everybody that I read is trying to make it sound like it's an affair, like she's having an affair with Elon Musk. I don't really buy that so much, but what strikes me about this is what is going on in her head? Like how toxic.
She married Stephen Miller.
Right, but she works with Elon Musk and then is Stephen Miller's wife. I mean, that is the most toxic thing. I didn't know that all was happening, I guess. And I was like, wow, that's fucked up.
And what's interesting is you can tell that she is a minority.
That's what I thought was crazy,
and J.D.
too.
Vance's wife is a minority. And you have this self-loathing white supremacist. The weird thing about somebody like Stephen Miller is he's Jewish, but also sounds like a Nazi.
Right.
And his wife is a minority, but he's also a white supremacist. Again, these people are completely whack jobs. These people have all of this hubris and a reckless disregard for objective thinking, for critical thinking, and they are just walking, talking contradictions to the max. I don't know if she's screwing Elon Musk. I don't care if she's screwing Elon Musk. I heard that Elon Musk had a botched penile implant. I don't know what's going on there, but she married Stephen Miller, who's a white supremacist. It's just this whole entire movement is insane, and they have tens of millions of followers.
What you always say about you can understand one crazy person,
yes,
but when you spread out that all these people are so crazy, it is truly terrifying. Okay, one thing, we've talked about how Trump just does everything for the right, but yet he's going to eat the right. Like he and Elon Musk are kind of eating each other at the moment. Well, Trump administration is eating Elon Musk now that he's leaving. So we have Trump going on Truth Social after the International Trade Court ruled against him. And now he's throwing the Federalist Society, Leonard Leo, under the bus. And here are my two takeaways about it. Number one, the eating each other. They just Trump uses you, discards you. And then the other thing that struck me about this is, again, no one in this administration led by Donald Trump can be accountable for anything. He appointed one of these judges that ruled against him, and now he's blaming someone else. Never have I seen a movement where no one takes accountability ever about anything. And that is a huge problem with the entire United States at this point.
Leonard Leo is the architect of a lot of pain and the impetus for the Supreme Court being as corrupt and dysfunctional as it is. He is one of these far-right Catholics like J.D. Vance, like Alito. And when we do the autopsy on all of this, Citizens United was the beginning of carving the way for the United States to become fascist. The court said we value corporations more than we do people. We value the interests of corporations as much as we do our citizens. And that was a devastating blow. And that was done under the Roberts Court. That was done because of the Federalist Society. And that was done because of this freak show, Leonard Leo. And at the core of all of this, when you get to the core problem of a lot of these people, it's fundamental religion. Right. These people are damaged by their religion, and they are broken people that are hurting, and hurt people hurt other people. The bad thing about MAGA is these people have a lot of money and a lot of power. And so the pain that they are going to exact on the American public will be generational. What these people have done to our country is generational. The American brand, the Constitution, it's hard to even think about minorities, LGBTQ+, women in our state are bleeding out, having to travel to other states to get abortion care, all because of freaks like Leonard Leo. So sometimes the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Sometimes Trump going after some of these people might be something that the Democrats can then pile on if they can get savvy and get messaging, get the fact that what Leonard Leo has done, and get some people within MAGA to start turning on some of the pillars that uphold Trump. I'm not a political strategist, but I would jump on that thing. If he's attacking the Federalist Society, get on there and get into the ears of these MAGA cult and start planting some bad seeds about the Federalist Society and what they have done to liberty, individual liberty in the United States. But again, this is just going to be some crazy tweet by him. Right. And then we're going to go on. And where is the attack on the Federalist Society? Where is the attack on these corrupt Supreme Court justices? Because you can piggyback right into the heart of the cult right now with that tweet. But they're probably not going to do it.
No, they're probably not going to do it. And just one thing I want to leave everybody with is, shocker, the weekend news anchor Pete Hegth has been hit with stunning illegal wiretap allegations. Apparently, he is so worried about leaks in the Pentagon that he is using illegal wiretaps, according to the New Republic. Again, this surprises me zero. These are the most paranoid men with absolute no moral compass or ethics, and he is leading our United States military, and it's an insult to them.
And I just want to leave with this. Where is the Democratic response to this? This man is texting war plans on Signal Chat, illegal wiretaps. Where are the courts? Where are the investigations? Where's Hakeem Jeffries? Where's Chuck Schumer? Where are the Democrats? Why? Why are we sitting here screaming this and we don't have a clip to play of a Democrat attacking this? That's just unacceptable. And of course, they're flooding the zone. But you know what? They walk and chew gum really well. They're still beating down Biden and Kamala Harris just for spite. And they're wrecking the country at the same time. The Democrats have got to message. They've got to govern as best they can. They've got to put up stops as best they can. And I just sometimes just get so frustrated, as I know everybody else does, because the Democrats have a very low approval rating. And there's this whole thing going on with the centrist saviors of the party. Oh, it's about transgender people. No, you have a 20% approval rating because you don't fucking fight. You sit around and lollygag and pussyfoot and circle jerk and spend money having, meetings where everybody's scrambling jets and putting stuff in the parking lot instead of getting up every day and fighting all day, every day. Your numbers would rise massively. Look at the two people who do fight, AOC and Bernie Sanders. They get tens of thousands of people that go to their rallies. The frustration with the Democratic Party is just never ending.
No, I completely agree with you on that. And it would be the easiest thing in the world to attack these people.
It's a layup.
It's a layup. Stick with us for more news.